here's Cairo Santos now ready to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field. Kevontae Turpin now from his end zone. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. They run here with Rico Dowdle. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down. They run again with Dowdle. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Here's Prescott. Steps away to his left. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 21. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
They run here with Dowdle. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2nd and 5. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Prescott to throw it. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Bears are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
They run with a 4th-round pick, Roschon Johnson. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's 2nd and 10. They go to Johnson again. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
To the air on 3rd down is Williams. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, on third down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
On first down, here's Williams. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. No score after one on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll give up the middle to Johnson. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. From the gun, here's Swift. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4. Oh, the ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys will take over here just shy of the 30. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching?
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Rico Dowdle, 71 yards. And the Cowboys post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. The game had been pretty uneventful offensively until that big strike.
No doubt about it. Almost felt like they were just going back and forth a little bit in the first quarter. But in the second quarter, things ramped up a little bit. Things jumped up. And you're exactly right. Going to make a highlight film or two. We'll be watching that one later on today.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45, and it'll be territory. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Again, it's Johnson. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. In motion left goes a tight end. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Swift going to try up the middle. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Here we go, D. It's just me.
Here's Swift. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 44 yards rushing for him now to this point. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Swift is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Allen, the man in motion left. From the 4 now, 3rd and goal. Johnson. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on 4th and goal to hit pay dirt, but they're going to go for it. They'll go. Here's Williams. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So a roughing the passer penalty there, CD.
And we know that these pass rushers love to get after rookie quarterbacks, but they've still got to do it within the scope of the rules. And that time, the hit came just a little bit too late. And the official won't even think twice about pulling his flag on that one.
Looking to throw is Williams. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. To throw, Williams. This is caught. Driving for the goal line, but he's marked down short. And with no timeouts, no chance to get the field goal unit out there. That frustration going to set in, as that is going to be how this first half will come to a close. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Just the one touchdown in that first half. 7-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. Here comes Webster. He's going to bring it out. And good coverage defensively. They wouldn't let him get ahead of steam going, and he'll be brought down at the 15. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went in at the half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
First down, and they go with Swift again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games. And we're seeing a pretty... Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
And that has to be a little bit discouraging because after all their halftime talk, adjustments, and points of emphasis, their first drive ends with an interception. Absolutely aggravating if you're a head coach because you spent all that time, gone through every situation possible, and it still ends in a turnover.
Oh, Prescott stripped. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Williams to the air on 2nd down. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Cowboys are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Yeah, he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. On the run, it's Dowdle. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 95 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. He finds his man, complete. It's Stevens. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. On play action, Prescott out to his touchdown, Cowboys. Luke Schoonmaker from 4 yards out. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Aubrey now for the point after. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Cowboys 14, Bears nothing. Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Boy, Charles, you hate to see this for a rookie quarterback. You're hoping it doesn't shake his confidence, but that confidence, it might be shaken because that is 4 interceptions for him now in this ballgame.
It has to be shaken. Wouldn't be human if you weren't. Doesn't matter whether you're a rookie or a veteran. 4 interceptions, you're not sure what you're doing out there. So to me as a coaching staff, I would think very hard about getting him out and trying it again another day.
A throw over the middle, taken in. Touchdown, Cowboys. CD